wherever you may be in the world. Thank you for joining me for another edition of the True Conductor Show. Man, one day I'm gonna have the horns, I'm gonna have bomb train, all of that. you know, one day I'm gonna have all of that. I can wait though. I can wait. I got time. Boy, this was a hell of a day today, man. There's this homeless African girl down in front of the White House. I made the mistake and gave her some money. I made that mistake. I gave her some money. And matter of fact, I said, hold your hands like this. And took the bucket and poured some of the change into her hand. She left. The next day she comes back and say, remember the money you gave me? I said, yeah. She said, well, I had it in this plastic, and before I could get up to 8th Street, somebody snatched it and ran. I said, well, what do you want me to do? Because ain't no more. So today, she came over, she started dancing in front of me, you know, while I'm playing the music, so I turned the music off. And 20 minutes later, she comes back, she got this cup of water with ice in it. And she asked me, could I play something? Now, mind you, I'm playing a national anthem for somebody from another country. Matter of fact, they're singing their national anthem. This broad comes up, and I said, listen, and I did like this. Man, do you know that heifer took that water and threw the whole thing in my face and ran? Threw the whole damn cup of water right in my face and took off and started running. And Secret Service say, what you want to do? I said, man, I ain't got time to waste no. I can't waste my time with that idiot. That's an idiot. I'm not gonna tie my time up with that shit, man. You know, thank God it wasn't cold, so the water didn't. You know, it was a little chilly, but you know, I mean, that's like wow. And see, this goes to show you how, man, people are going through a lot of stuff now. And it's only gonna get worse. It ain't gonna get no better. It's gonna get worse. Okay? And this is why, you know, and I just thought about this today. You know, I talk about living a righteous lifestyle, which is morally right. And notice listen. Somebody say you should get tested just to be on the safe side. Let me give you some scripture for that. let me give you some scripture for that. Okay? Let me give you some scripture for that. He say I should get tested just to be on the safe side, right? Listen to this, man. This is the 91st Psalm. And let me start at let me start at verse 1. He who dwells in the secret place of the Most High shall abide under the shadow of the Almighty. I will say of the Lord, He is my refuge and my fortress, my God. In Him I will trust. Verse 3. Surely He shall deliver you from the snare of the fowler. Surely Surely, let's, 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 surely he shall deliver you from the snare of the fowler. Well, let's look at that word snare. Let's look up that word snare. Snare. A trap for catching birds or animals. Okay, it's a trap. Surely he shall deliver you from the trap of the fowler. Let's look up that word fowler. Fowler. Wait a minute. That's what I got. How come it's not coming up? How come this is not coming up? Fowler. Fowler. It's not coming up. Okay, let's see what this says. Definition of fowler: someone who hunts wild birds for food. Somebody who hunts wild birds for food. So they set traps because that's how they hunt. So it says, surely he shall deliver you from the snare, from the trap of the hunter, the fowler, and from the perilous pestilence. Okay? Verse 4. He shall cover you with his feathers, and under his wings you shall take refuge. His truth shall be your shield and buckler. Verse 5. You shall not be afraid of the terror by night, nor of the arrow that flies by day, nor of the pestilence that walks in darkness, nor of the destruction that lays waste at noonday. Verse 7, 1,000 may fall at your side, and 10,000 at your right hand, but it shall not come near you. Only with your eyes shall you look and see the reward of the wicked. Okay? Matthew 10:16. Let me see what this is. All right, Matthew 10. Wait a minute. Okay. Behold, I send you out as sheep in the midst of wolves. Therefore, be wise as serpents and harmless as doves. I don't understand how you connect that with me going to get tested. See, when you wise as a serpent, man, you slither out of shit. That's what serpents do. They slither. When you wise as a serpent, man, can't nobody set a trap. You slithering out of shit. They looking for you over here and you over there. If you're a serpent, because see, a serpent don't go straight. A serpent, this is how a serpent travels. It says, therefore, be wise as serpents and harmless as doves. So when you wise as a serpent, man, you maneuvering. You dodging some stuff. When you wise as a serpent, man, but see, David, it's people like you, my man, that gonna suffer. Because you got one foot in what the world can do, and 1 foot in what God can do. You straddle the fence. Brother, you can't. If you gonna stand in your righteousness, you can't be worried about what the world gonna do, what they gonna say. It don't matter because it don't apply to you. When you notice, the one thing people don't talk about right now is living a righteous lifestyle. That's how come this girl, that nitwit out of Colorado, can go in a theater, man, and she ain't even divorced, and she out of another man feeling all over her titties in public, in public, and she now reaching for his dick. Okay, all right, man. You see, that's what I'm talking about. The compromises that we make and what we accept. And you think these kids ain't watching that? Man, if your divorce is not final, you are still married. Let me say that again. I bet you what? If one of them die before that divorce is final, they gonna get spousal rights. If the divorce ain't final, they getting spousal rights. So we got to get back to some morality, man. That's what we got to get back to. Right is right and wrong is wrong. It's just that simple. And right now, right is wrong and wrong is right. Look how many people that openly date just because they get a divorce. They dating somebody else in public. And we cool with it. We good with it. Man, I tell you one thing. I'm glad my children are not in school right now. Okay? I'm glad my children are not in school right now. Because I'd probably be in jail. I probably would be, they probably would ban me from the campus. Because the stuff they talking about and teaching these kids now, you ain't doing that to my kids. You ain't teaching my kids that. You ain't teaching my kids that. All this gender identity. Man, listen, all that's bullshit. That's some confused ass adults that's trying to mess these because they know once they get that in them kids, it ain't gonna get out. And that's what they trying to do. Get that sin rooted in these children. Because the Bible say, train up a child in the way they should go. And if you teach them that the gay lifestyle is the lifestyle they should live, that's the way they going. That's the way they gonna go. And we act like we don't see that. How the hell a 12-year-old gonna tell you what they want to do? You better go sit your ass down. The fuck you gonna tell me who you are? How you gonna tell me that? And I'm the parent. And you gonna tell me who you are? You better go sit your ass down somewhere. That's how I would deal with that. Now, once you get from under my roof, you can be whoever the fuck you wanna be. But under my roof, no, I don't play that shit. I don't care what you say. I ain't gonna play that. It's just that simple. You ain't telling me who you are and what you gonna do. I don't give a fuck what the law say. It's my house. My house. And if you don't want to live in my house, shit, hit the bricks. Hit the bricks. It's just that simple. I ain't gonna argue with you. Go on, go somewhere else. Or go find some place where you can live like you want to live. You know, you ain't got no job. You can't. 12 years old. Where you gonna get money from? Where you gonna get money from? And you gonna tell me what you shit. I feel sorry for these parents falling for that flim flam, man. That's why these kids are so. And seeing furthermore, a lot of these teenagers, if the truth be told, spend more time fighting off these old sex crazed adults that's trying to get with them. They can't be kids. Because they got some damn adult breathing down their neck. And see, we don't want to talk about that. All of these adults that's trying to have sex with these kids. And some of them responsible and can't control that lust. But we don't want to talk about that. See, can't talk about how these kids are facing this shit. See, you don't want to hear that. But you can get out here with all that other gossip and jump. Hold on a second. All right, I'm back. So we got to start getting real, man, about what we allow and what we accept. And seeing people are afraid to say no. Somewhere along the way, we done lost respect for each other. That's what the real problem is. Somewhere along the way, we done lost respect for each other. That's why we treat each other like crap, talk to each other like crap, because we ain't got no respect for each other. None whatsoever. And look at all of the young people, man. Then ain't got no respect for their elders. You can't tell them nothing. They won't listen. Won't listen at all. And their parents be the loudest ones screaming when something happened to that kid that you couldn't tell nothing to. You had to mind your business. And now something done happened to their kid, and they want everybody to everybody's attention. But when everybody was trying to help that kid, you was rude and arrogant. That's what you were, rude and see. We haven't identified who we dealing with. See, we're dealing with the offsprings of baby kids in the black community. Let me say that again. See, we dealing with the offsprings of baby kids. And them some cold, ruthless motherfuckers. Let me say that again. We dealing with the offsprings of baby kids. And them some cold, ruthless. They worse than their parents. Ruthless. And don't nobody know how to deal with them. Don't nobody know how to corral them. Don't nobody know how to get their attention. And see, with them, you have to get their attention with things. It's what gets their attention. You doing it the right way because it's the right way thing to do ain't gonna work for them. They don't give a shit about the right being morally right. They could care less because they are material motivated by materialism. It's what motivates them, what moves them. That's why they got to do all these mass, what you call it? flash mobs robbing and shit. That's why they got to do that. Cause look at what we show them work. See, we only show them that they get into the rap game and degrade each other and be a millionaire overnight. But they got to sell their soul. You know what? Matter of fact, um, let me look at this question here. Never let it go. I want to see something. Um, you know, look at the bail bond industry. Most of the people that are in that industry are white. They run the bail bond industry to get people in and out of jail. Look at the money that's being made in that industry alone. And see, when you're poor, there are some things you just settle with, and ain't nothing you can do about it. When you're poor, you settle with that stuff, man. You have to have the high interest rate because you can't afford nothing else when you're poor. See, you have to accept a lot of inferior service when you're poor. See, that's just life, man. Poor people are always screwed over, and some of them look just like me and you. Okay, and see, and these poor people I'm talking about ain't no color. They poor, and when the poor oppresses the poor, it's even worse. And right now, you have poor people that are out oppressing other poor people because that's their job. And they trying to feed their family. All right? So we got a part to play in turning this madness around and making it a better place. We got a part to play. And unfortunately, we got too many people. What's going on, Luna? Unfortunately, we got too many people who are sitting on the sidelines playing this safe, thinking that they're not in harm's way because they're on the sidelines. And we all are in harm's way. Somebody could snap any moment where we are. Any moment, somebody could snap and want to hurt up some innocent people. And we can be in the wrong place at the right time and get hurt. That's why I'm saying, man, you know, we got to start talking to one another to kind of diffuse some of this tension that's among us. And it's even more tragic that people don't want to promote somebody that's saying, man, let's come together. Let's stop this foolishness. What's up, gamer? Let's stop this foolishness. We all in this together. And the rich are still getting richer. And we fighting each other. What's going on, man? Everything's good. And we fighting each other like cats and dogs. And the rich are still getting richer. And see, they don't have the same issues that we. You think rich people are worried about gas prices? How much groceries cost? You think they worried about that? No, man. That's a part of doing business for them. They can afford it. See, when you can afford something, you ain't worried about no price. Shit, give me 10 of them. You ain't worried about the price. And that's what a lot of people are trying to put themselves in a position so they ain't got to be worried financially. And if that means that they got to degrade themselves, they'll do that. You know, I keep telling y'all, you got girls right now, high school dropouts, making more money on OnlyFans, busting it open, than women with PhDs. And see, unfortunately, in our community, they show these young girls, only way you gonna get to the top, you got to be a hoe. You got to act like a hoe in order for you to be on top. In order for you to be accepted, you got to act like a hoe. That's what they do in our community. You don't see Taylor Swift talking about her poo nanny and giving head and having sex. You don't hear her talking about that. And look how much money she making. But name me one black girl that's on her level. Name me one. Name me one female singer that's like Taylor Swift. All of the black female singers got to degrade themselves, sexualize themselves. Taylor Swift don't sexualize herself. And that girl had one of the most successful tours in the industry. But she ain't sexualizing herself. So how come all these black girls are out here sexualizing themselves? Somebody's making money off that. And see, listen to me, y'all. Slavery was designed to be permanent through the mother. If the mother was enslaved, everything she birthed, even if she was raped, was a slave. Well, what's predicated on the status of the mother now in the black community? Welfare. Uncle Sam say, black man, have as many babies as you want, with as many different women as you want. As long as you ain't in the house overnight, we gonna give them welfare. So now you got generation on top of generation that's stuck in the mindset of something for nothing. Slavery. And then society will turn around and say, black men don't want to be fathers. But the government say, don't be no dad, black man, I got your back. I'm going to give them welfare. And that's, and see, what's going on, Bernie? And see, and And if we could reach these young girls, them dudes gonna get in line. If you want to save a community, get the woman. Because out of the woman comes life. And if you got, see, listen, remember I told y'all we dealing with baby kids? And if you go back in the late 80s, you had a lot of bitter black women that was having babies. That's who we dealing with right now. Them bitter babies that was born back then, that's what we dealing with. See, y'all forgot about in the black community when we was dealing with a lot of bitter black women and they was having babies. And now we dealing with them offsprings because them was baby kids. You know, you got a 25-year-old woman that's already a grandmama at 25 or 30. And she's a grandmama already. Uh, I don't know how I can help you, gamer. You see, I'm still in the hotel, brother. I'm still in a hotel. So, I mean, you know, I don't know. I don't know. You gonna have to figure that out, gamer. You got to figure that one out, my brother. Because right now, I'm trying to keep my head above water. That's my goal right now, to keep my head above water. You know, so, uh, hey, man, it'll work out. It'll work out, brother. It'll work out. Believe. It'll work out. It'll work out. It'll work out. I'm good. I'm good. I'm good. You know, man, it's a new moon too. Y'all know it's a new moon. This is this, and there's gonna be a super moon. This is the fourth super moon in a row. This is the fourth super moon in a row. The end of this month. Uh, let's see what the number four represents. Let's see what the number four represents. If you are seeing the meaning of number four in your life, it may be a good sign that you are called to explore your inner potential and seek guidance from the divine. Uh, Four represents stability, order, consciousness, and determination. Everything is made up of four elements: earth, water, air, and fire. Um, and this is the fourth full moon right here. Matter of fact, I was listening to um, I was listening to a program, and there's a star that is in alignment now. It took 500 years to come back to this spot again. And see, this is why I keep trying to tell people this is the time, man, to if you're gonna step out on your faith, this is the time. This is the time to step out while everybody else is stagnant. This is the time to separate yourself from the pack. See, the biggest mistake most business people make is they don't want to separate themselves from the pack. See, they have to blend in. And when you blend in, you don't stand out. Let me say that again. See, when you blend in, you don't stand out. And your objective, okay, your objective is to stand out. Okay? Listen, when I walk into a crowd with my brand, I stand out. I stand out in a crowd because I'm in a uniform. See, I'm black and white. In the contrast of all, see, you can pick me out in a crowd anywhere because I stand out. And this is what, and most folk try to blend in. They don't want to stand out. And when you do that, man, you get overlooked. I had a guy today. He was from Africa. And he said, man, I see you on TV all the time. I can't believe I'm seeing you in person. I see you on TV all the time. Why? Because I'm consistent with my brand and my look. I'm consistent. See, this is how I train you to recognize me. Like this. So anytime I want to get incognito, all I got to do is come. People don't hardly see me, recognize me in street clothes. Because I train them to recognize me with this. I don't train them to recognize me in street clothes. That way, I can be walking and somebody can be talking about me and don't even recognize me. Because I'm in street clothes. Okay? And that's what, it's your responsibility to teach people how to treat you. Let me say that again. It's your responsibility to teach people how to treat you, how you want to be treated. You don't accept any and everything somebody say. You ain't laughing at all people's jokes. See, because sometimes, 99.9% of the time, whatever comes behind, oh, I was just kidding. You can't take a joke. Oh, man, I'm just playing. Whatever they said before that was true. It was true. And because you caught it, and you let them know, see, and they trying to get you to drop your guard. And later on down the road, you find out, damn, they did utter the truth. Because the Bible say, out of the abundance of the heart, the mouth gonna speak. And man, if somebody's out to get you, I don't care how much they pretend, if they don't like you, somewhere down the conversation, some of that dislike is gonna come out their mouth. And you take it as a joke. And that's where you mess up. Because you took it as a joke. And it was serious. Okay? See, we gonna have to start being accountable for what we allow and what we don't allow. See, we got to be accountable and can't be blaming somebody because you knew they was lying, but you didn't want to say no. And a lot of y'all don't even want to follow your intuition. Intuition tell you, no, don't do that. Don't leave them alone. And you won't even follow it. And then got the nerve to talk about somebody took advantage of you. When you had the warning, don't do this, and you didn't listen. And now you want sympathy because you got used. You got took advantage of. And you had the warning and you didn't heed it. Look at that man that had that submarine that was going down to the Titanic. Warn him, man, something's wrong. Warn him. And he didn't heed the warning. And look, he got himself and some more people killed. And I tell you one thing, that little boy that went with his father, that was scared and didn't want, he's the first one to panic. I bet you that little boy panicked his ass off when they realized something was wrong. I'm telling you, he panicked because he was scared when he got in there. And probably that fear is what made that vessel crack up because they had so much negative energy in there. I mean, serious. All right, thank you, Gamer. All right, y'all. I just came up here for a little Monday night. Throw y'all a little Monday night flow out here. Get some vibes, and we all got a part to play. We all got a part to play, man. And this ain't gonna change by itself. We gonna have to get involved to make this change. And we can't be afraid. Okay? So listen, man, thank you everybody for joining me tonight, okay? I'll see you.